Oh. Oh, sorry. Quiet on the set. Hey, I'm Alexandra. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. I'm gonna be showing you how to create an industrial style bookshelf for a fraction of the cost by using a genius Ikea hack. Come follow along and let's get started. So, my family friends, Kristen and Aaron, have a challenge for me. They have an old hand-me-down bookshelf that they want gone from their living room, and so I have to hack them a new industrial style one for under $200. Let's see what the shelf looks like now. So this is the bookshelf that Kristen and Aaron want to get rid of. Now, Kristen wants something more industrial style. She likes a lot of metal and a lot of wood. And actually, because this is kind of a dark corner, I think something metal would kind of brighten the room, let some light through, and then the wood is really going to warm it up. So Kristen showed me this amazing Ikea hack, DIY, on the internet, and asked me to recreate it. First things first, I had to track down a metal shelf to use for this project from Ikea. So I went with the, I don't actually know how to pronounce it, Vittsjo? Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Vittsjo in Swedish?
I can't translate into Swedish yet, but I can translate into Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, French, and a few others.
Okay, well that's not very helpful, is it? So I found this shelf, it's linked below. This video is not sponsored, but Ikea very kindly sent the new shelf to Kristen and Aaron. Yay, Ikea! New Ikea! First things first, we gotta get this old shelf out of here. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. I got this. I got this. Woo. Basically all my physical activity that I do in a year in the span of 5 seconds, and I haven't even built the shelf. I have a very, very special guest that I'd like to bring into this segment, the one and only Andrew Latona, who apparently said he could build this shelf in 10 minutes. Building IKEA furniture with friends is way more fun. So, ready to do this?
Sure.
Okay. Can I just say, sorry, side note, this would be such a cute decorative ladder. I think I just came up with the greatest hack of all time. You know those like well, I guess you wouldn't buy a whole shelf just for one ladder, but I don't know, as is section? Have a shelf. How many minutes was that?
A lot.
These are the shelves. They actually came with glass shelving. I've put the glass aside because Kristen wanted a more industrial, rustic feel. So I had to go to the hardware store and pick up some wood. Okay, so I'm in the hardware store and I am looking for wood for Kristen and Aaron's shelf. Now there's two possible options we could go for. So there's this pine, which doesn't have a lot of knots in it, but it's way more expensive. It's gonna be like over $100 for 5 shelves. And to be honest, it doesn't look that different than the regular pine, which I'll show you now. Laminated pine is a lot more expensive than regular pine because it's had all the knots taken out of it, which means that you're left with these lines where the different panels of wood have been fused together. I wanted something a little more natural with a lot more texture. I went with just regular pine that cost me like $30 less than the laminated kind. So after I picked what wood I wanted, I got the hardware store to cut it down into 4 pieces that were 39 3/8 of an inch long and 14 1/8 of an inch high. So guys, in the hardware store, got my wood. And now I have to try and push this giant cart out of the store. Should be really fun. Yeah. Like, this is so embarrassing. There's like a traffic jam, can't get my cart out. And I'm talking to myself in Home Depot. So that's fun. Oh, yep, some guy just walked by. Hey guys, it's time to stain the wood that's gonna replace the glass. I'm going with a stain that's called English Chestnut. I use this in almost all of my DIY projects. I love how rich it is and how warm it is. I also have a cloth that I'm gonna apply the stain with. You could use a paintbrush or a foam roller, but I like using a cloth. I find it really easy. So let's get staining. Now I really should be wearing gloves because it gets messy. but I'm not. You basically just want to dip your cloth in the stain and then rub it all over the wood. It's like that easy. So sometimes I find when staining furniture that has an edge like this, if you use too much stain, it goes really dark, the wood soaks it up, and it just doesn't look natural. So the trick is to just take the tiniest little bit of stain on your cloth and then just run it along the edge, being like really careful that you don't get any drips. That's the first piece done, 4 more to go. So I've slid the wood in here and I'm gonna make marks where we need to make little notches for the wood to kind of hug the bar so it sits really snugly. We used a jigsaw to make the cuts. We have a notch. Now it's the moment of truth. Will this fit? It fits! Yay! That looks so good. This shelf turned out so great. I love how it looks in the space. Ta-da! And now it's time to style it, which is one of my fave parts of the whole decorating process. Kristen wants the shelf to be a decor focal point in her living room, which means that everything that I put on the shelf has to count. Kristen and Aaron have some DVDs that they want to keep hidden, so I'm using baskets. Baskets are such an awesome way to store things that you don't want on display. I've picked these seagrass ones. I love the texture. It's gonna warm up the metal a little bit, and I'm adding these really cute tassels. They're actually paper clips that I got from my local paper store, and I'm just hooking them on like this. So easy. Biggest change you can make to an existing bookshelf is to restyle the books you have. I love stacking them vertically and putting a knickknack on top like a light. Battery-operated lights like this are really great. They add a cozy glow, but they look awesome too. One of my tips when styling a bookshelf is to create lots of layers. I'm putting this print right at the back of the shelf and then adding a piece of greenery in front of it. This just creates a lot of visual depth. Kristen and Aaron had their mini bar tucked away in their old bookshelf, but I'm gonna use it as decor. I found this really cute gold tray that I'm housing their liquor on, and again, keeping with those layers, I'm putting a funky candle behind the tray in the corner of the shelf. Just creates a lot more depth. Because this shelf doesn't go super high up the wall, I'm placing a really big art print at the top. What this is gonna do is draw your eye upwards and give the illusion that the shelf is actually taller than it really is. I am so happy with how this shelf turned out. It's really cute. And now it is time to reveal the shelf to Kristen. Let's bring her in.
So cute. I love it. Oh gosh, and my DVDs are in here. That's brilliant. Yeah. I would have never thought to put a plant in an unstructured bag. So originally when I spoke to Alexandra, my major concern was our DVDs. I really wanted them on the shelf, but I wanted them tucked away and hidden. I love the look, how she has these baskets at the bottom. It perfectly matches what I had in mind.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let me know in the comments what IKEA hack I should do next. See you next time. So now that we've built those IKEA shelves, do you hear that? Every time I start talking. So yay IKEA, go IKEA. Can we cut?